Hey y'all, I'm Ashlyn.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Marla. And we want you to mansplain hockey elsewhere.
Yay! So my hockey team had a pretty good week, I guess. We got 2 wins, 1 in a shootout, so that's extra points. And then we lost the next one to the Blackhawks. But then we beat the Blue Jackets. But our starting goalie is still out because he had thumb surgery. Mraznik.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and then for the first game against the Blackhawks, we had half our COVID guys back.
Yeah.
And then one came back for 1 game, and then he was out again. So I don't know if he was just tired. I don't know.
I would say maybe just didn't have full strength or something. Yeah. I
don't know. So, but we are playing in 24 minutes.
So. Yeah, I was gonna say we played tonight too. We play Tampa Bay again tonight. We didn't do great this week, but we're just overall not doing great. The only team worse in the division than us is the Red Wings. So there's really not a whole lot of good things to talk about besides the sky behind me. It's really pretty.
It is really pretty.
Almost nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Can't get much worse anyway.
We are 4-6 at the moment. So last Monday we recorded. We played Tampa Bay that night. They beat us 5-2.
The Central night. I looked is the closest division somehow.
Yeah. I looked at the standings earlier because I didn't know if we were in second to last or third to last place. I just had to, firm that up, figure it out for sure. It's definitely second to last. But anyways, that game wasn't good. They went 0-for-3 on power plays. I don't even remember who scored those 2 goals because that was a week ago and a lot's happened since then. But go those guys. That game, they got a lot of shots on goal. It wasn't happening. Nothing was going right. And then Thursday they won an overtime game against the Panthers. That was actually a really good game. We played well. I think we got 1 power play goal that game actually. So go us for that. I think we had 3 attempts though. So whatever. But I do think we got 1 that game. Everybody scored that game. Forsenberg scored. Yossi scored. Forsenberg scored in overtime. He was the game winner. And then
we scored
Friday
2 goals in 8 seconds on Thursday.
Yeah.
Dang.
But they got 3 power play goals on us really early, and at the very beginning of the second, we scored 2 in 8 seconds, which we still ended up losing the game. Sorry to butt in. But when you said everyone scored, I was because I was listening to it on the radio because I was driving home. Yeah. And I was did my radio skip or something? We couldn't have scored again.
Yeah. Everybody scored. That was a really good, thrilling hockey game. You know what I mean? Most overtime games are, but whatever. It was really good. And then Friday we lost, and that was also against the Panthers. Pecorine was the goalie that game though, and he did really good. He had 35 saves or 34 saves, 30-something saves. He did really good. Didn't matter, but he did really good.
That's good.
And we get to play some of the same teams again this week that we just played last week. So,
yay.
What about your Pens, Marla?
Well, they could have done better because they didn't win at all. They played 2 games. The first was against the Rangers, and the second was against the Islanders. So they had to go. They were in New York already, but then they came back because their games against the Devils got canceled. So they came back to Pittsburgh basically to get clean clothes, and then went back to New York to play the Islanders on the 6th. And it was not. The Islanders game wasn't as ugly as the Rangers game was. They were 0-for-6 on the power play in the Rangers game, And I was looking at the face-off percentage, and it was 71-29, and I was like, that's not right. How does that work? No, they really did win 71% of the face-offs, and still sucked. It was 1-3 the final score, and it was just not great. Zucker got a goal, so that was all right. But then the Islanders game was 3-4. And that was really disappointing. It was close for a long time. I forget how long it was tied, but then it was like towards the end. The Islanders just got a freaking goal, and there was only one penalty in that game, which was really weird, and it was against the Pens. I forget who went into the box.
Wait, one penalty the entire game?
The entire game. It was very strange.
I feel like they were just like, fuck, my arms are tired. Y'all just kill each other.
They were just like, the refs were having like a push-up contest right before the game, and they were like, oh, I can't raise it. Nope, I'm done. So that actually explains it. But Pierre-Olivier Joseph, P.O. Joe, got his first NHL goal, and I'm so happy for him. He's adorable. Awesome. So, like, he's like, not the backbone, but like, the backbone of the energy of the team anyway lately. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't his brother that plays on the Leafs that was fighting with that guy in New York. I think it might have been against the Rangers, actually. I don't remember, but there was a good hockey fight this week too. But then Malkin finally got his first full-strength goal. That's only his second goal of the season, but we don't need to talk about that. Gensel got his fourth goal, so... Yeah, the Islanders game, it could have been worse. Definitely could have been better. But they looked overall okay. They just gotta keep up that energy the whole game, And hopefully this week too. We'll see. They don't play a lot this week either, actually.
We have a packed week this week. That did remind me though, the Braves. Not the Braves. No, bro. The Preds, that game Thursday, you know how, well, every sport has it, but you'll have like those really weird, like oddly specific records that you can break.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Thursday night, that game that we won in overtime was only the second time in franchise history, which granted that's not very long, but still, that the Preds had overcome a 1-point deficit more than 4 times in one game. I think that was it. I'm pretty sure that was it. So.
Oh, I learned apparently.
I was like,
that's insane. But like, speaking of insane facts, the last year that Rod Brindamore, well, might not have been the last year he was a player, but the year before we won the Stanley Cup. So I guess 2004 to 2005. The Hurricanes did not lead a single game, like going into the third period or something.
Wow.
Like someone
come back Canes.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It was something about they didn't lead, like, obviously they had to lead the games at some point, because if you didn't win any games, like, that's horrible. but like, yeah, it was ridiculous. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, the other night, I was like, can we just win one game like 14-2? Because these shootouts on Tuesday with games that start at 8 p.m. I cannot be watching a shootout at almost midnight and then expected to roll over and go to bed.
It's like you get so amped up. Like you gotta have.
All right, I'm up past my bedtime. And now I'm like, what do I do with all this energy? Like,
you're either too excited or you're pissed. And you're like, can't go to sleep.
It's why, like, I ended up not complaining when all our playoff games for the Braves were at like 2 p.m. because I was like, at least I can go to bed.
Honestly, those. I didn't hate them as much as I should have. I wish I would have been at home, but I mean, whatever. So last week was rough. This week has the potential to be really, really, really bad, and then maybe good.
See, I would say maybe you can tank for the NHL equivalent of Trev, except there's the lottery. So
fuck it. See, we play Tampa Bay again tonight and tomorrow night.
Ooh.
So, in case they didn't, crush our will to live enough last week, they can try again today and tomorrow. But then Thursday and Saturday.
But maybe they'll overlook you. Maybe they'll be like, oh, it's just the Preds, and then you'll sneak one in.
Maybe. Because then we play the Red Wings Thursday and Saturday, so it's like the battle of the shittiest or whatever.
Watch you win both games against Tampa Bay and then lose against Detroit.
Lose to the fucking...
We lost one to Detroit, so I mean, there's no shame in it.
It's not like... I don't know. I really don't like where they're at. Hey, Fish.
Hi, Fisher.
Yeah.
I really don't like where they're at this season. Like, it's really, really, really rough. But what can you do other than keep watching? And at least I know they know.
Are they like rebuilding, or is there a reason for it?
Sort of.
Do we know?
And there's also, this is John Hine first year as a coach. We fired the coach last year. Also, another fun fact, he's only the third coach in franchise history. Again, franchise history isn't that long, but that's still cool to say. So, like, third time's a charm, maybe. Maybe he'll be, like, the really, really good one. But everybody's got to settle in still. Like, I don't know. Personally, I don't like him, but I've been told I need to give him a chance. That I can't make my decision this early in the tenure. I have, but I've been told I shouldn't.
Sure you can.
Because I don't like him, but hey, we'll see.
Everyone said Brian Snitker was the worst coach ever in 2016, so,
That's true. Maybe he'll do the same thing Brian Snitker did for the Braves. Maybe.
Yeah, our goalie coach or whatever is on thin ice, because that's kind of like our biggest weakness right now, even though our none of it's great except our I don't know, I'd probably say our defense is the best right now, especially with Joseph, and the offense is getting there. They're getting better. They're seeming to have more energy. Definitely, I think, we said it, I think, in like the first episode, like this is almost like spring training-ish kind of for them.
Yeah.
Like they're still, but it's been, 3-4 weeks now. So I think they've kind of shaken off the dust a little bit. But our goalie situation is still not pretty. DeSmith is really young, but Jari needs to get it together. And I think he's doing better. I think he needs to get angry to really be effective. So hopefully that happens. And we play... On Thursday, we play the Islanders again, so we'll see how he does. I think, whoever is in the goal. It hasn't been announced yet, but we'll see how they do. And then on Sunday, we go back and play the Caps, so that'll be interesting.
That's going to be fun. I already know that's going to be fun.
On fire. Yeah. They're like 6-3-3. The Pens are 5-5-1, something like that.
I need you to beat them, though, because we don't like them.
Yeah, no. So the records are actually closer than they feel, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't like the Caps, so please beat them for me.
But
if the Red Wings beat the Preds, I will be talking shit on behalf of my second NHL team. And it's only my second NHL team because someone talks to me about it constantly, so I may as well follow it so I know what the hell is going on.
I am just fighting for us to get back to 500. We're 4-6. And we have no points. 0 points.
You have no points?
No points. Love that for us.
Wait, I thought you got a point for every win.
You get 2 points for every win.
So how do you have no points if you're 4-6-0? They don't take them away when you lose, do they?
4 wins.
They should.
They should, though. That would be...
They should at this point
that would keep
not
you
let
from
us
taking,
play.
How, well,
let me look.
I am assuming hockey doesn't do like baseball, but you know how like at the end of the season, you all of a sudden...
We have no points, Marla. We are not playing good enough to have any points. I took them all away.
Y'all can educate me on how hockey gets ready for its postseason. But at baseball at the end, once you've already locked in the division, then all of a sudden Freddie Freeman actually skips a game and you start sitting people and Austin Riley gets extra at bats and things like that. like if they took away points for losses,
Yeah.
so you didn't have anything locked. Think about how much more you don't need expanded playoffs then. Like everybody's fighting for their life all the way in.
We are 5 and 6, by the way. I guess when I looked earlier and saw 4, it was after the last game. So at least we're not as far in the hole as I thought we
You're
were.
close.
Makes me
Just
feel
win tonight.
Makes me feel a little better, a little like this much better.
Win tonight and you're there.
There you go.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man.
And you got 10 points.
Who's starting goalie tonight? Hold on, let me look. Let me look here.
Live research.
I'm sorry. I'm scrolling, and you know how on the ESPN app it shows like the last 5. Literally, it's on Tampa Bay first, and their last 5, they've won every one of them except against the fucking Canes. Anyways,
I love them so much. Did you know there's an NHL app? Like there's an MLB app?
Yeah, and you can customize the icon like you can for the MLB.
Oh, do you think I had it?
No, I was informing our listeners if they didn't know.
I did, and you can pick your favorite and customize it, but you can also pick like ones you want to follow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just I don't like the ESPN app. I always use like the MLB and the NHL and the NFL apps. Like
I just don't like ESPN in general.
I was gonna say I don't like the ESPN app in general either. The only thing I do like is
we're up there in second.
To go, yeah, you are. I wasn't gonna say that. I thought you might know, but I definitely wasn't calling attention to it. The only thing I like about ESPN app is being able to go and see all my teams, like across all sports.
All
my favorites. I like that.
You have to be Tampa Bay tonight because they're 1 point ahead of us, and they're 7-1, and we're 7-2. So I need you to beat them tonight so we can catch them.
With no
I would love to do that favor for you, but I don't know that we can. But we'll see.
Okay, not with that attitude.
I'm sorry. I'm not as much of a dreamer when it comes to hockey. I'm much more of a realist. Like baseball, we could be like 20-60, and I'd be like, we could come back though. We could come back. Just watch out.
Weird. So
after May 24th, we could come back, baby.
Exactly. We could go on a run. Watch out. But with hockey, I'm just kind of like, okay, so we're probably going to suck a little bit, but that's okay. We can just live in the suckiness. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not okay with that. I don't like to lose.
For second. That's so exciting.
Here we are.
Because the other day I took a picture for a Blackhawks fan who was talking crap, a.k.a. Riley Rakes. He wasn't even talking crap. He just said hi to
how dare he?
Chop and see. Like the morning after they beat us.
Yeah.
And then I just took a picture of the standings and we were 4 and they were 5 and I just sent that to him. I was like, good morning. But now we're second. Yay. Anyway, okay. So that's nice. So teaching us things is my week. So I learned something this week because someone was saying something about the original 6 teams in the NHL, but the ones you think are the original 6 aren't actually the original 6 teams. So they're not the original teams that were in the NHL. When the NHL was founded in 1917, they had like no consistent lineup of teams really for like 20 years. Well, really for like 10 years, but 20 years, whatever. But the first NHL teams, there were 4 of them, like in its founding. The Montreal Canadiens, who still exist. The Montreal Wanderers, who lasted all of 4 games in 1917.
Wow. That's weird. I wonder why they
apparently they were like created to prevent like a monopoly on hockey in Montreal.
Oh.
But then like with the Spanish flu and the war and everything, then people were like, whatever, let him have a monopoly. This is too much work.
Yeah.
The Ottawa Senators, but not the ones that exist now, the ones that were in existence until 1933. And then they like went away for a while. and then like a new team popped up with the same name, but it's not the same team, so they keep separate records.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
So like, yeah. So you were talking about franchise records, like the Ottawa Senators now like have completely separate franchise records than like this original team. Oh. And then the Toronto Arenas, who became the Maple Leafs in 1927. So they just did a name change. So technically the Canadians and the Maple Leafs are the only two teams that were like originally part of the NHL and still in existence today. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of cool. But then they called the original six those two. And then the Bruins, who came in 24, and then the Detroit Red Wings, Chicago Blackhawks, and New York Rangers, who came in 1926, because they were the six teams that were in the NHL from 1942 to 1967. So they were like the consistent ones for that long. And then in 1967, the league expanded to 12 teams. And not to 12, I can't do math, to 10 teams. So they added the California Seals, who ended up going to Cleveland, and then they actually merged with Minnesota.
I was going to say, California doesn't seem like a great state to have hockey.
Except they also had the Los
some of these other northern places.
But then they had the Los Angeles Kings. So maybe it just wasn't a great state to have two teams.
Yeah,
because the LA Kings are still there.
Yeah, San Jose and LA.
Yeah. Oh. No. But so in 1967, they added California Seals, the LA Kings, the Philadelphia Flyers, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the St. Louis Blues, and then the Minnesota North Stars. That's cool. So the Seals and the North Stars ended up merging and eventually went to Dallas.
Ah. Makes sense.
But now Minnesota has the Wild. Weird.
It's like how the Browns were in Cleveland and then they left for Baltimore and then they started again.
Yeah.
As the Browns in Cleveland.
And the Colts were in Baltimore and left for Indianapolis, and then Baltimore got the Cleveland team. Whatever.
Yep.
So I just thought it was interesting because the term original six isn't like technically the original. Oh. But I guess they were like
fakers.
You've been here since the 1942. That's original enough.
That's
when
original
America
enough.
got involved. That's when we care.
Yeah, seriously. How very American of us.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting though. I didn't know that.
1917.
R.I.P. Edward Cullen.
That's true. That's when he died. Ish.
That's when he began to live.
Sure, whatever you nerds say.
Twilight.
I never read those or watched those.
That's fine.
I actually think you'd like them.
Maybe. Vampires are cool.
But yeah, so I realized I don't really like any of those teams that they mentioned. I guess. I guess I have to semi like the Red Wings now. Whatever. Oh, and then I got a whole lecture, by the way, when I try to say they weren't an original six team. So apparently this is a really big deal to people who think their team was in the original six.
They'll fight
like, don't bother correcting them that they were not. Unless you want to hear about it.
I'm going to be sure to tell not your David, not my David, not our David, that his team's not the original six and just see what happens.
Please do.
Actually, I'm going to save that for trash talk on either Thursday or Saturday, whichever game we're playing better in.
You're not even original six.
He's gonna then turn around and say your franchise has been around for like 3 seconds.
So and we are proud of it. We don't have to lie.
We've only had 3 coaches, bitch.
We know who we are.
We're good.
We don't try to fake our pedigree. Anyway, so that is your fact, I guess, of this week.
Yay.
Awesome. And go forward, beat the Lightning for me, please.
We're starting like right now, like right this second. So, or wait, we're not.
Yeah, well,
wait.
We start at
We
7.
either play now or in an hour. I'm not really sure. I looked at my stuff earlier, and one of my teams plays at 6 tonight, and the other one plays at 7. So I'm not really sure, but whatever.
Oh, mine plays right now. So, yay. Okay. Well, we will. Are our podcasts up yet, or are we still just on YouTube?
Still just on YouTube, as far as I know. I checked again the other day on Spotify. Still not there.
Yeah, still not there. Not much in this one.
No, we really don't. I got an email from Apple saying that we are officially it's been received, and I got that one already. But they receive it, you get an email for that, but then you get an email for okay, now we're looking at it, and I got that email. So
yeah, I wonder if they're backed up.
I don't know. Maybe it's a pandemic. Everybody's making podcasts. Whatever.
Damn. Podcaster people.
It's almost our anniversary.
Almost.
I was thinking about that, and we're coming up on 50 episodes too.
Yeah, we are. I want to do something fun.
Well, not for hockey, but
yeah, for baseball. But yeah, we got to do something fun. I was thinking about that the other day too, but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that more later. We'll plan something.
So check us out on YouTube for now, and just keep checking back your podcast app. And I'm sure follow us on Twitter at MHG Hockey Pod Trio.
MHG Pod Trio.
You're so close. You're so close. Marla, say that again clearly.
Twitter is MHG Pod Trio. Instagram is Mansplain Hockey Pod. Because Instagram lets you have more characters and Twitter's a bitch. So,
but we will let y'all know there when our podcasts are out places.
Yes.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.